Hey everybody, welcome back to the Virgin Creek Homestead. I know it's been a minute, but we've been super swamped with a whole lot of projects going on, a whole lot of things. Even just today, I'm waiting on somebody to show up to be a potential buyer for our camper, and then later this afternoon, we are going to go look at some Dexter cattle because if you've been following along with us, you know that maybe springtime of 2022, we were looking at possibly getting some Dexter cows. It looks like it's going to be even sooner than that, hopefully. We'll see what this farm that we're going to's got. We're looking at a cow with a heifer calf and another unbred heifer along with that. So hopefully we can get some Dexter cows on this farm. But today I just wanted to go into more detail about this door because I've been requested to make a video showing more of the detail about how it's made and things like that, how it works. So just like everyone maybe watching this video, I had a really hard time finding prints or information about how to make this. I just did this door in an afternoon, and it was just, we needed a door, and we knew we wanted it to be a sliding door because they're much lower profile. They just slide along this wall here. It slides up to that wall, and it doesn't swing out or anything, so it's super low profile, and it was pretty decently cheap to make compared to one of your regular hinging doors. If I was going to make that and compare the cost, this is much cheaper. Takes a little bit of skill as far as running a power tool and using a level and tape measure and things like that, but it's not too bad. I did this. This is my first door ever. If I was going to do it again, I would probably add, how the top and the bottom trim on the outside here. It's not just trim; it also adds in structural integrity. But I would have probably added this border going down, and then inlaid my X's. It kind of looks a little bit funky with it not having like a border on the outside here, but that wouldn't have added anything structurally to this door. It would have just been for looks. I guess I wasn't thinking about that when I made it. I was just thinking about making it strong enough to be a door that works. So here you go. So anyway, this is 13 pieces of 1x6. It's 1 inch, and it's finished. So it's slightly less than 1 inch, closer to 3/4 inch thickness, but it's 1x4. So it's 13 of these between all of these here, one here, and then this one can be divided for the bottom. And if you're going to go ahead and make an outside border, you're going to need 2 extra. So I would call a finished door around 15 pieces of lumber. So what I did is I took the width of my hole here from here, and my other side of my hole is just over there, and I think I added 2 inches to it, which is 1 inch on either side. And if it's perfectly aligned where our stopper on top stops it perfectly aligned, then it's going to cover all the gappage, and that's all you need as far as width. The other reason I did that is because I didn't have a whole lot of width to add, because whenever I swing it that direction, it's going to hit the wall before it fully has the whole gap of the door open if I make it too wide. So you kind of have to have a happy medium. I don't know whatever your situation depends on might be how wide you can make your door. If I didn't have that wall coming at that door pretty quick on that side, I could probably have added another like 2 inches total, and it would have been fine. But this works good too. So to put this together, I needed to know the total height of where my joists are and the floor level. And I actually had to dig into my joists. And if you can avoid that, I would recommend not doing that, because that does lessen the structure integrity of the loft above me, for example. It'll lessen it though. I mean, those joists are there for a reason. So I'm gonna have to go back and brace those eventually. But I needed to have enough space up above that I could actually put my sliding rail and bring it down enough that I could attach it to the door. So I had to dig into the joists. But the door itself is, what is the door? 6'3" maybe. Sounds right. So 6'4.5" from floor to our joists. I believe it's 1.5 inches. Well, maybe it looks 2.5 inches. It's been a minute. But anyway, yeah, it's a little bit shorter than the door, and that's okay because the sliding section needs to basically butt up to the top of your gap of your door. And the sliding rail comes with a whole list of instructions no matter where you get it from. I got mine from Lowe's. Home Depot sells them. You can get them even cheaper on Amazon. But they'll come with instructions how to put it together, how to install it, how to install the door to it, all that stuff. And I just went off those instructions. It's really, you can kind of sort of hear a little bit of drag, but that's mainly on the bottom here. It's really quiet. It's really nice caster setup. Yeah, I just got these rails, like I said, on Lowe's, at Lowe's, but it was about $140. So I would recommend, I mean, honestly, I don't know the quality of the ones you can find on Amazon, but if you're looking for a cheap route, I would go on Amazon. If you're looking for something that you can look at right then on the spot and know the quality of it, Lowe's is a pretty good option. So with the door, going back to that, I used finish nails. So I have a brad nailer, and I used brad nails, and I just alternated. I have going the whole way down these brad nails going all through it, and you can maybe see that on video. I'm not real sure, but all the way down, you know. So I have a couple of brad nails through every section of every board. It keeps it pretty good. I don't see any problems emerging, and we've had this door up for like 6 months now, so you know, maybe in 5 years it might start getting loose or something. I might have to do something else, but right now, yeah, this is fine. It looks good. I added a handle here on the outside. The inside doesn't have a handle. It does have is one of those eye bolts for a door hook. So we have a hook here on the inside. It's very simple, very basic. It's just something that closes the door and keeps it from being opened. I mean, that's all we were shooting for, you know. It's just my wife and I, and we've got the 2 little kids, and the 2 little kids are not tall enough to reach that hook. So they can't lock themselves in. They can't unlock us out on the outside. So it works out really well right now. But this door itself, like I said, I think there was 13 1x4 pieces here, and I believe each of those were about $5 a piece. So you want to figure 13 times 5, $65. I'd go a little higher than that. I think lumber's gone up quite a bit. So you're still looking at probably a little less than $100 of lumber itself. And then, like I said, this was the big expensive one, about $140. So, and then with a little bit of hardware that I had, like I said, just the handle and that latch, we're probably looking at a little bit over $200 total, depending on where you get your sliding rail. And I've seen them as low as $50. Like I said, on Amazon, I have no idea if it's good quality or not. If you're looking for something that you know is going to be good quality, like I said, Lowe's does a pretty good job. So if you go with my exact setup, you're looking to pay maybe $220 with tax, $230 with tax, something like that. Again, also depending on the wood price in your area. But this has worked really well for us, like I said, for about 6 months now. And we actually have, I can show you, we have another one we've already made. Let's take you into here real quick. Right up there. So that's our loft. And obviously our ceiling's still not done yet after a year. Anyway, that's our loft door. And it's the same setup, same exact setup. The only difference is it's stained and it's hinged. So we've got all our Christmas gifts up there. Don't tell the kids. But we've got a couple of hinges on that one. So it's not a sliding door, but we liked the setup of the 1x4 and the way they look really well. And this will also give you a pretty decent example of what like a darker stain would look like on that. We didn't even bother like sanding most of it or anything like that. It was just pretty much finished the way we bought it. All we had to do is cut it to the right length and put it together. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, you can check out our Facebook page. It's Berger Creek Homestead. And you can also, I mean, obviously on YouTube, you can leave us a comment if you have any questions or other ideas for future videos or whatnot. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, checking us out, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. God bless.